Try not to judge Fall Creek too harshly, visitor.
What if people get the wrong idea?
You'll meet a lot of tongue-wagging gossips in this town. Try not to take them too seriously.
Oh, hello there. What can I do for you? Blades, gauntlets, I can forge anything you need. Until next time. An amulet of Mara. Someone like yourself deserves. It was exciting, I'll say that. I've never quenched a blade in a living person before, and I doubt I'll ever do it again. It's amazing he survived, but I always knew he would. May your shield be stout, and your sword steady.
Dangerous bastard, aren't you? Come on, show me how brave you are.
I'm getting out of here.
I'm fine.
I don't have to take that
fire and I'll send someone over.
Nah, I don't think so.
Scratch! Lucky hit!
Why is here?
You'll pay for that!
Those little girls of yours are growing like weeds, Lemkill.
So it's you.
Yes, and just like weeds, they're nothing but trouble.
They were singing your praises in here not long before you stepped in. Or was it another Dragonborn who inspired the song? Heroes come and go, as do lovers and kings. Yet at any given moment, there can only be one. And that's why it's so hard when they leave. I could try, but it takes two to have a conversation. You're the only one I've seen since that day. What I've done? I was loyal to my Jarl, just as I am loyal to my Thane and my future king. Balgruf the Greater never knew me. He was making the pilgrimage up the 7,000 steps the day his father approached me. I imagine the old man passed before he ever spoke to his son about the Thane's true identity. As a stranger thrust into court, Balgruf likely resented the boy's existence. Even more so if he knew the truth. I'm not sure I should tell you. It may sound pathetic, but... Don't look. But a couple of Gren's men just walked in, no-name soldiers. But they're probably just making sure everything is clear. I've watched them. This is how they do things. They sweep the area, and if no ruckus breaks out, the others follow.
Your savior has arrived. Bard, play something...
The last wheat shipment fetched a fine price at market.
Do yourself a favor and don't have children. They're good for nothing at all.
It pleases me to know that I can still be of use, even in the twilight of my life.
And then who would play Mogo's meat? Me? I may be charming, but let's face it. I've heard Wounded Coyotes with more musical sense.
No, Your Highness, I'm sure you have a lovely voice.
Enough with that Your Highness nonsense. You're actually right the first time. Unlike Ulfric, we're trying to keep this little rebellion quiet.
Thank you, my lord. I'll do my best.
Of course you will. My happiness depends on it.
Those little girls of yours are growing like weeds, Lem.
Yes, and just like weeds, they're nothing but trouble.
I take it you're well acquainted with this group. The big one guards the door, and the girl stays by his side.
Good day, Lemke. I saw some nice dresses for little girls.
We don't need your charity,
I want you to
Breton.
provide my men with food.
My girls deserve something nice. It'll be their
free of
father who
charge.
buys it.
No, I don't think so.
Some people complain about farm work, say it's too dull. Me? I've had a little too much excitement for one lifetime. Goodbye.
What about it?
Oh, I was just thinking of what a strapping young lad he is.
Do yourself a favor and don't have children. They're good for nothing at all.
Don't hurt me. You win.
Me. Something?
Please, have mercy, I beg you.
It just feels right somehow, having this new life as an
The
adventure.
amulet of Mara.
It's what I was meant to
You
do.
seek marriage, then. It is a noble endeavor. Lady, teach us tolerance.
Fetched a fine price at market.
Come on, follow me.
At first I thought I'd miss farming. I guess I've had my fill of it, because I don't miss it at all.
Know that I can still
Oh.
be of use, even in the twilight.
What are the odds?
I got enough troubles, so don't go adding to them.
You, Dragonborn. I suppose you don't have my axe. No matter. I don't have your thing.
I was on my way
I don't need the axe. Often called the ritual of proving ground. First you prove your blood, and then you prove your strength.
Those little girls of yours
But he
are
forgets
growing
there are
like
two
weeds,
paths to glory. And why slay
Yes,
a
and
legendary
just like
beast
weeds,
when
they're
you can
nothing but
slay
trouble.
nameless men?
Wouldn't it be nice to just talk?
That's a
little,
good
you
point.
and I?
Except you forget the part where I don't become High King. That's pretty much a deal breaker. Motley crew of characters. most of whom you've met. Like I said before, not easy on the eyes, but a loyal bunch. Although I take it you haven't spoken to Severilla, not unless you can read minds.
Nice, it'll be their father who buys it.
Forgive my rudeness. I should have mentioned Severilla was a mute. Right, she'll also slit your throat if you try to touch her. I always forget the important stuff. You mean my cousin, the former Thane? That's right. Aldrich isn't the only one with spies. I'm not worried about him. Anyone who can't stand up to a handful of my guards won't stand a chance against the legendary dragon.
It'll be their father who buys it.
Maybe he could come with us when we go to Ruin.
That's one way of putting it. I saw some of the things the war teacher did to him. I think I went half crazy just watching. That's war in a nutshell, isn't it? A numbers game. The Empire, the Stormcloaks, the Thalmor, and the Forsworn. They all have numbers. So it's simple. You let them all dwindle their numbers down, and then you start making alliances. That's why we're on our way to the Reach. The Forsworn are the low-hanging fruit. The way I see it, we need each other. All I have to do is promise them Markars.
I'd be happy to purchase them if you like.
Not for us, it isn't. We call ourselves the blood of Skyrim. It has nothing to do with the blood of Ysgramor, but rather the blood of bastards. Some of us are bastards by our fathers. Others have been made so by the gods. But all of us have been tossed away. This is our time, our day, our reckoning. When Skyrim is scorched by war and fire, it is the bastards who will inherit the rubble.
You came up with the idea to steal Ennis prize.
After he betrayed me. Now, I'm not a vindictive person. Charming, yes. Drunk, mostly. But vindictive? I don't have a vindictive bone in my body. But I can't allow people to defy me and live. That's why you're going to kill him for me.
And why should I care about the war
My
teacher when
sister's
the one
afraid of
who
rats.
is right in front of
And
me?
I'm not, considering the kind
he
of
was
person
really
you
tortured?
take me to.
I saw
no
some
idea.
nice dresses for your little
Sorry.
girls while I was in Whitehall.
It just feels
Is this
right.
true?
Having this new life as an
We don't
adventurer.
need your charity.
What I was going to do.
My girls deserve something nice. It'll be their father.
This is war, my lady. This is not the time for thin skin or a pointless sacrifice.
What is it you want?
The death of the war teacher. In exchange, you'll have access to all his knowledge on the ritual. Should be enough to get you in good graces with your precious Thane. The night you will have making up. I almost envy him.
If he betrayed you, why don't you kill him yourself?
Oh, I've tried, but he's holed himself up in the bleak coast cave. I've sent scores of men in there, but none have returned. Just like old times, I guess. So I figured, it'd be better to pit my enemies against each other.
Just remember, our business isn't over, Gren.
You shouldn't make that face. You're far more beautiful when you're smiling. Now go on, before you make Severilla jealous.
At first, I thought I'd miss farming. I guess I've had my fill of
Cave up ahead. Tread carefully.
Maybe we should just leave those frost trolls alone.
seeking my death, Dragonborn, but you are already too late.
Shoot her! Yes, smash her head! I'm not afraid of you. Shoot him and smash his head. Come on, show me how brave you are.
What was that?
Come on! You made a big mistake.
forged from blood and bones, hails the beast who cannot be slain. Where none deserve to sit the throne, we will bow to monsters born in shame.
The ring has gained a new owner. What does its master ask of it? It has no proof, but choice it had neither. A master it serves from one to the next. Before it was him, now it is you. Perhaps it was once a man, but it now through spirit lives, wearing the face of a wolf. It is through the summoning that it is called to the earth plane. When the ring is worn, the blood of Hircine stirs. When the ring is removed, the rage subsides, waters are stilled, and its mind returns. But its body is weak. That will depend on what its current existence is. Is it a man tainted by the beast blood? Or an animal freed from the man? It remembers building, but whose memories they are, it does not know. Alas, it is weak. It runs in fear at the first sight of danger, and quivers at the sight of blood. But when the master bears the ring, it becomes a beast man once more, and loses its temperance. Fret not, for the answers to your questions sits before you. To dead ones the former master spoke, and spoke loudly. The ritual is not what it seems. It is certain death for all. The first story tells of Borgas consumed, and an axe made from his bone. The bone is vengeance, meant to slay the beast of the wild hunt, the immortal one that consumed him. Yes. So the poem goes, the beast would be slain when the axe of a forgotten king is wielded by a forgotten son. But there is a second story. It tells another tale of a man asked to fetch Borgas' remains. A bone is missing. This man, he fears what his masters will tell him if the corpse is incomplete. And so, without another thought, he picks up another to put in its place. A cursed bone. The bone of a beast. The war teacher, he knew. The axe was not made of king's bone, but rather the beast that consumed him. One of the books burned here was a man's confession, and another, written centuries later, warned of its consequences. When the bone is quenched in mortal blood, it takes on a new form. Thus, a beast is not slain, it is born. A king, the ritual does not crown. A king, it devours. No, the Master's jaws should clamp at its throat and never let go. Or perhaps, like the vampire, drink its blood instead. The blood is the poison. To save him, it must be transferred. Blood for blood with a spell. But know this, if you are not of King's blood, you will not survive the transfer. Yes, there is another book. Find it, and I will heed your call.
What in oblivion? I'm not frightened. It's just not every day I meet a talking wolf.
Wouldn't it be nice to just talk?
Oh well. Of course. Of course.
So, where are we going now?
If what this wolf says is true, then we don't have much time. We have to get this tome back to Greenwood. We can still save him. We can debate that later. First, let's get back to Greenwood.
Over here. Foolish boy. I warned him not to be careless with the axe.
Was it Gran's men? Did they hurt you? Where's the Thane?
No, not Gren, but the Thane. When I scolded him, he screamed at me with such a rage. That's when he changed. I barely escaped the cavern. I would have died in that cellar. But men came to rescue me.
Where is he now?
Down there, where the axe was forged. Listen to me, Volunteer. You must kill him. Do you hear me? There is glory in this. Shore himself, Isgrenor, all of Sovngarde will honor his sacrifice, and yours.
Sovngarde? Short keep his Sovngarde. Larsden will not see it today. We should make our way inside. Hurry! Dragonborn. He's gone, isn't he? He isn't some game to be hunted and killed, and I won't be a part of it. All my life I have served. When the Jarl asked me to save a child's life, I didn't question him. When the Thane asked me to be his housecarl, I followed him, and I loved him, knowing that in the end, he would put Skyrim first. And now it's my duty as a lord to slay a man I cannot possibly slay. Well then, I refuse. I will not walk into Sovngarde, blood on my hands like some hero to be praised. I will not take his life for a fool's reward. If the Divines make beasts of men, then they make them in their image. Damn the Jarls, damn Ysgramor, and damn Sovngarde. I will serve them no longer.
The dragon's blood flows like any other. It can still be done. The problem is the amount of blood.
I told you I will not slay him, and I feel as if everyone is asking me to do just that.
The wolf hunter stands, but what if the sacrifice was not yours? Perhaps another dragon, one whose blood was as full as it is strong.
No. Do you realize what he's asking of you? I won't allow it. I want to believe that. My heart hopes for a way we can all survive this, not just for Skyrim, but for us. So that one day, we can meet at the tavern not just as kings and housecarls, but as friends who love each other. Take the tome. I may not believe in the gods, but I believe in you.
Good. You're safe. I saw the beast emerge from behind the mountains. It headed north in the direction of Rorek State. And then what? Don't you see? Without the ritual, the proof of blood and valor, his claim to the throne is gone. Only Gren and his rebellion remain. You should kill the both of them if you have the chance. Like Martin Septim. Like Martin Septim, the boy turned into a bloody dragon. Ysmir watch over us all.
Found it.
You are as good as dead.
lot better if I stabbed the arrow into her neck.
I don't know if I should have. This isn't just anybody. This is the Dragonborn. Save
Glenn's dead, you fool. This one is as much to blame as this beast. Are you willing to face him in Sovngarde knowing you let her go?
I can't, Sabrina. Not with my ancestors watching. You'll have to do it yourself.
Fine, but you can at least kill the others before they wake. Well, Dragonborn, this is the end.
I'm not
Youngest
afraid
right.
of you.
You deserve better than this. So did Gren.
You don't seem satisfied with the ending. It was such a tragedy. You died. But, as I said the day that we met, if you are unsatisfied with the outcome, I will return your gold piece. It's the least I can do. For you see, I have no control over the end. I can sing the waves of emotion, but you want to live. But beginnings, that is something backwards. That is something we can control. Truer words were never spoken, for I tell the future, and nothing has happened yet. Thus I present to you an opportunity, if you are willing to listen. Yes and no. I gave you a telling, one that will come to pass precisely as you saw it, provided the beginning doesn't change. Consider the following. What if I told you that this gold piece, this marker, represents a different starting point than yours? Do you remember how Falatild and Larsden met? So you remember. Good. But your memory is still incomplete. I will fill in the details. He was standing on a hill. A saber cat crept up behind him. And behind that cat was our faithful housecarl. He will tell you he was on the hill searching for the heir, but in truth, he had all but given up. He had tossed the notes into the valley below. And before that, he was here, drinking his life away. He has no idea that in a fortnight's time, all of your fates will change. Of course, you have the power to alter the future, for this is but a beginning. As I told you before, the end is yours to keep. Like any good fortune teller, I am giving you a chance to change your future. Find a way to end that accursed meeting, through blood or guile, and save your life. Or stay here for all eternity. The door is open. The choice is yours.
Oh.
Tell me, adventurer, do you ever feel like you're destined for something greater? And yet, you know this because you've tasted battle. I don't even know if I'm a coward. I've never gotten the chance to prove otherwise. All my life, I've grown up with a silver spoon. And all my life, I've been told how I can't be ungrateful. But this isn't the life that I wanted. Why shouldn't I be ungrateful? Why can't I pick up a sword and fight for the cause I believe in? And that's the problem. I must be a coward. A man too afraid to abandon the very luxuries he despises. I sound how I feel. Skyrim is the center of everything. And I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere. While others fight for glory, I've been on a fool's chase to find an heir to Borgus. All on account of some stupid document written by the Jarl's father. It says that an heir to Borgus is alive and well through a bastard child living in Cyrodiil. I've also been doing research on a ritual. A way to prove this child is Ysgramor's kin. But I don't know. It all seems so far-fetched. And if I leave for Cyrodiil now, the Jarl's made it clear that I won't be welcome back. I know. Even if the ritual were real, how could I convince this person to go through with it? They'll think I'm mad. Oh, really? Whose life could possibly depend on mine? Really? I do hear that many of the other Thanes and nobles don't hear the wishes of the people. Maybe you're right. I admit, I came here to drink and gather up the courage to leave. And I was just about to walk out the door when you came by. But the next King's Moot is a long ways away. Perhaps I'll think about this some more. I don't know who you are or why you approached me, but I thank you for your counsel. Maybe next time we meet, I'll be a little less dour.
There you are, sleepyhead. You're going to miss your own party. The end of Grant's rebellion. And, of course, you joining the heroes of Riverwood. And not to mention all the other things you've done. We really don't have time to go through all of them. Of course, my liege, it's behind Jovaska. I was thinking the Bannered Mare at first, but I prefer the outdoors. Come on, everyone's waiting. I'm very pleased with the turnout. I even coaxed one of the other things to be at your party. It was quite a coup. So many friends. There are only so many seats. Do not be mad if some of them are not. Jocelyn, for instance, does not like being around crowds. And Embry would drink all the meads. Once you invite him, I'm sure he'll get over it. If we include the companions, there will be enough people where you will feel sufficiently loved.
Be careful. Let's see if you can fight Dreadnought.
Welcome guest of all is a clear sky. I'm glad it showed up. Don't worry, I didn't invite Hansker, although sometimes it feels like he's there anyway. Just a little further. Be patient. I don't want you running off to the party without me.
Yeah.
Wait. I know you.
No matter what else happens, the gods will always be for everything you've done.
And here we are. Welcome to your part, my hero.
100 seconds, I can hit the bullseye 20 times in a row.
I'll take that bet. Not sure 20 arrows can even fit on that bullseye.
Arrows? Who said anything about arrows?
Dragonborn! You were so busy fighting off Gren's rebellion that I never thanked you for that day at the Huntsman. I gave up that fool's quest to start my own business. I realized the true king of Skyrim sits not on the throne, but on the face of a coin. I'm glad you asked. I provide commoners with a tour of Dragon's Reach, and let them feel what it's like to be a noble for a day. So next time someone asks you if you've been to the Cloud District, you can say, yes, thanks to Thane Larston. And for 100 gold more, I also loan them my housecarl for a day. It's not like I'll be in a war anytime soon. That he is. He's my right-hand man, my sword and shield. Karis, whom I've invited to the party, is with the Empire. He knows a lot of people who are tired of military service, wants to work as bodyguards for nobles, like myself. He introduced me to Cygnus, and the Red Guard's been with me ever since. He even saved me from a saber cat once. Those things are ferocious.
Ah, my lord, it was nothing. I was just doing my duty.
Nothing? You nearly lost your arm fighting off that thing. but I reckon those fangs would have broken off instead. Bones is hard as Stalrim, this one.
Speaking of house Carls, there was someone by the stairs asking for you. I think she was another applicant.
I'll talk to her later. I should have never sent all those missives.
Normally I'd advise you not to get too close to the Thane, but you're an exception.
Let me know whenever you want to wrap up the party. After all, you're the guest of honor, so you get to decide when it's over.
You must be the Dragonborn. My name is Karis. As a soldier for the Empire, I appreciate what you did to quell Gren's rebellion. While I'm perfectly happy to celebrate Gren's death, I've come to visit my old pupil, Thane Marsden. On and off, nearly a dozen years. Most of the Jarls and nobles send their children to solitude, but have no real expectation of the results. The previous Jarl, Balgraf's father, stressed I trained the boy hard and make him a warrior. I'm afraid we'll never know if I succeeded. I'm afraid by the time word reached General Tullius, it was already over. A good thing, given he has his hands full with the Stormcloaks. That axe Gren found, I know of its legend. The axe born from blood and bones, to slay the beast who cannot be slain. If Gren had slain the beast, if such a beast even existed, he might have had a claim when the Kingsmoot arrived. Thankfully, we avoided that scenario. Thane Marsden mentioned the same ritual to me once, before he changed his mind and started this business of his. It's sad to see how fickle youth are, but I'm glad it's not his death we're celebrating.
Is Rumarin married? We ought to set him up with someone nice.
Do we even know what kind of girl he likes?
Perhaps someone with a good laugh.
Oh no, don't look at me.
I've heard of blades made at the Skyforge. The mead here at Jorviskar is just as
did you need something?
I don't like the looks of that Nord Skjarn. He keeps winking at me.
Higher-ups just need to make sure you've been
Which one? I forged almost a dozen axes, bows, and armor for all those people you saved at Angervund. Amazing how much fire was in their eyes. They must have really hated this war teacher who tortured them. I wouldn't have missed it. It's my chance to honor the Dragonborn, a hero of Riverwood, and the one who stopped Grant's rebellion. So here's to you. May your weapons never rust and your shield never break. Until next time.
I'm ever so
entire regiment using bound weapons.
Something on your mind?
I think you've been drinking.
Late for your own party, huh? Well, traveler, you've earned that right. I'm sure all those prisoners you saved in Angervund can attest to that. Oh, really? You better tell our friend over there to get back in his coffin. But I don't blame you for having bad memories of that place. For me, it was that cave all over again. That's why, when this party is over, I'm headed back to the Rift. That boy was the last bit of honor we have left. I owe it to the company to find him, and to make sure he's safe.
That's ridiculous. I don't even like skooma.
Funny. I thought I saw a bottle on you the other day.
Enjoy the party. Drink up.
That was a bottle of
Deserve it.
Asian skooma. I carry it around sometimes because it makes me look more dangerous.
This is a great party.
What can I do for you?
I agree, Freda. Does your company have a sigil?
I'm afraid we don't. We don't even have a company anymore.
Yeah, until next time.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened to them?
It's a long story.
Oh, don't mind us. Of course, I'm not big on debauchery at wild parties. These sort of simple gatherings between friends is precisely where I excel. If I have one bone to pick with Zora, it's the location. If she wanted to have the party here, She could have at least asked me to cook. Alright then.
Fine warriors in this group. Some of you should consider joining the military.
You have to make me a general. Give me a really high horse to sit on so everyone can be inspired by my message.
I guess you can say I'm here to see a friend of my own, although oddly enough, I doubt he remembers me. He was just a babe when I last saw him. I'm not sure I'd recognize him myself. Thanks for the warning, but I can take care of myself.
Did you know
Are you
that
Faye
Michael,
Larsden?
the bard of the
I'm here
Battle
about the
Man,
Housecarl
is the
position.
author of A Gentleman's Guide to Whiterun? Huh, bah. Just a piece of
That's a
fiction
shame.
anyway.
What do you mean? Is Ragnar a child?
Grew up to be a rather handsome man, although I don't really care for him.
Is it time? Or do you want to mingle with the guests some more? Very well, just leave it to me. If I may have everyone's attention, the Dragonborn would like to say a few words.
Speech!
Speech!
Now I'm kidding. You have already done enough. You do not have to give us a grand speech. Well, maybe next time. Now, we've all come to this party to celebrate our victory, and more importantly, our friendship. But while two of those things will last forever, one of them has to come to an end.
Do you mean our victory or our friendship? Because I can't imagine you would want to end the party.
I'm sorry, Rumarin, but the party is over. Although if you keep interrupting me, we might just end our friendship as well.
It was a damn good party. I thank you for having me.
Here, here!
Here, here, here!
To the Dragonborn. To you, Zora. Excellent and honorable bard. Never been to a finer gathering.
To the Dragonborn!